Hello, my friend. How are you? Finally back from your holidays, huh? Enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, we came back last night. We almost missed our flight. We were on the way to the airport. We were stopped by the police and he refused to let us go.
Why? Your car was speeding, is it?
No, if anything, the driver was quite slow. The police, he was trying to take coffee money from us. Oh, corruption. Very common over there. And this is not the first time it has happened already.
Wow, terrible lah.
Yeah. Lucky we don't have this kind of thing happen in Singapore.
Who said don't have Tan? Singaporeans are only human. And of course there's temptation. But in Singapore, we have the CPIB. It's the government agency that watches over corruption matters in Singapore. So maybe that helps lah.
Prior to the 1950s, corruption was rife in Singapore. Early attempts to tackle the problem were ineffective, and the situation only began to improve after Singapore gained self-government in 1959. The ruling political party, led by then Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, took a strong stance against corruption, strengthening anti-corruption legislations that empowered the Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau, or CPIB, to investigate corrupt offenders effectively. An early case which made headlines came in 1975, when then Minister of State for Environment, Wee Toon Boon, was investigated for accepting over $800,000 from a land developer in the form of cash, a bungalow, and even a family holiday. Wee was eventually charged and sentenced to 18 months imprisonment.
Sir, you're from CPIB.
This high-profile case demonstrated Singapore's zero tolerance towards corruption and showed that the CPIB can be relied upon to execute its responsibilities independently, without fear or favour. Today, CPIB pushes on in its efforts to eliminate corruption and ensure that offenders face the full brunt of the law. Those convicted may be fined up to $100,000, jailed up to 5 years, or both. Punishments are more severe in cases involving government contracts, members of parliament, or members of public bodies, with the maximum jail sentence increasing to 7 years.
Even a minister can get caught and charged?
Of course. In Singapore, no one is above the law, no matter who you are. As long as you receive a benefit in return for a favour, you will kena. And the person who's giving the benefit, he will also get into trouble.
No joke. Surely like this, nobody dare to be corrupt anymore.
Not so easy lah. I mean, in Singapore, of course, now there's less corruption, but it's still going on. You know, in areas like construction, even football got kelong.
Sure not. Football, you know, also got corruption.
Yes.
Football, a sport that unites people across the nation and even the world. Yet the beautiful game has also attracted much ugly behaviour in the form of match fixing, as corrupt individuals look to win big. Since 1994, a number of match fixing cases have surfaced, involving both players and match officials. Several of these cases saw locals and foreigners working in schemes that placed Singapore's international reputation on the line. 2 days before a scheduled Asian Football Confederation Cup match between Singapore and India, CPIB received information about a match fixer, Eric Ting Siang, who intended to bribe 3 Lebanese match officials with sexual gratification in exchange for fixing the matches they would officiate in the future.
So we're from the CPIB.
The CPIB managed to gather sufficient evidence to arrest the individuals before any matches took place. Even though the match fixing did not take place eventually, Ting was nevertheless sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for bribing the match officials.
CPIB.
The match officials themselves were imprisoned between 3 to 6 months for accepting the bribe and faced global bans for their offence.
Ayo, so embarrassing. I can't believe this happened in Singapore. Lucky the match officials were stopped before they participate in the game. Oh, corruption can really happen anywhere. Must be quite difficult for the CPIB to catch all these cases on their own.
Yeah, that's why people must be willing to come forward and inform the CPIB whenever they see or hear anything suspicious. When you see something, you must say something. Best not to take any chances. We cannot afford to let corruption, whether big or small, take place here. Because if we do, it may take root and spread like a cancer in our society.
But if I see something suspicious, I hear something suspicious, and I want to report, I must go all the way personally to CPIB. Wow, very far away from here, you know.
No, you don't have to. Now you can call, you can send them an email, or you can log on to their website on the internet and send an e-complaint. If you want also, you can still use the traditional ways like, writing a letter or sending a fax. Any way works, as long as you get the information to them.
Hey, you have the telephone number or not? Pass to me lah. I can share with my friends.
Of course, the number is 1-800-376-0000. Easy, right?
Okay lah, Osman. I believe we as citizens can do a small part to keep our country, Singapore, clean and corruption-free. What do you think?
I think you're right.
If not for our generation, then for the next generation. Our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. I just need to figure out how to save these numbers in my handphone. New handphone, very confusing. What's the number again?
Wait.